guys, so today I filmed this makeup tutorial for you. It's a kind of brownie red smoky eye with a bold lip. Anytime I wear a bigger face of makeup during the fall time, this is always what I go to, and it's so simple. If you want to figure out how I did it, just keep watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! So the first thing we're going to do today is our eyebrows. So I've already moisturized and primed my face, but we're going to take this brown shade. This is Mahogany by Bobbi Brown, and I just started tracing around my brows. I don't completely fill them in because I don't really feel the need to. I mean, I don't draw them out because I don't feel the need to, but I do fill them in because I do have sparse eyebrows. I didn't film both of my eyebrows being filled in today because I do want to do an in-depth tutorial on how I fill in my eyebrows and how I clean them up and make them look crisp, but you kind of get a sneak peek at it because you see here that I am just blending out this concealer around my eyebrows just with the flat kind of cream shadow brush by Bobbi Brown, and it just makes everything a lot more crisp, and it just makes everything, it just pulls any look together, especially because anything looks better with sharp brows. So next we're going to take MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre and just prime our lids. We want to do this, prime your eyes with any primer just so none of your eyeshadow creases. Next we're going to take Soft Brown by MAC on any blending brush that your heart desires. I'm using this one. It's my favorite blending brush by Bobbi Brown. I've been using it forever and a half, but I absolutely love it. And we want to concentrate this color on top of the crease. You don't want to bring it too far down because you do want your transition color to seamlessly blend into any color you put next. Next we're going to take Nylon by MAC. You want to put this right under that soft brown, right on your lid. You want there to be a harsh line at first, but don't worry, we're going to blend it out with the next shade. But you do want your eyelids to be a little lighter, or a lot lighter than whatever colors you're going to be putting on top of it, just because it adds a nice contrast to the whole look. And then after, I'm just going to take that same blending brush by Bobbi Brown and just, I don't know, apparently I did a nice little dance there, but you're just going to diffuse that color downwards because you don't want it to be too white and too opaque. Then I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush in this brown shade. Now guys, I've had this brown shade for forever and a half, and no matter what I do, I will never remember the exact name of it, but I'm going to have all of the products I used today in the down bar below, but we're going to put this right in between Nylon and Soft Brown. It's just going to blend everything all together, and it's going to make the nicest warm brown shade. This brown shade is a cool brown, and Soft Brown and that contrast, I don't know, it just makes the most beautiful warm brown shade ever. So now I'm just taking my True Match pressed powder and setting the concealer I have under my eyebrow, just because I figured that one, you always have to set any kind of cream product with a powder in order for it to prevent creasing and breaking, and it was just helping me in the blending process of all my colors because it was not letting the blending work. Then I'm just going to go back with all my brushes, maybe with just a little more product on them, and just going to blow out this look a little more because I would rather have a more blown out look than something that's a little more concentrated on the lid. Then I'm going to take my Majesty palette by Smashbox. This one's an older palette, but I'm going to take it on a tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to work that on top of all of those eyeshadows. This is like the most beautiful burgundy shade I have ever used in my life, but any burgundy kind of reddish brown shade that you've got will work absolutely fine. Like I said, this technique is super easy. You can do it with any color your heart desires, and it just makes, I don't know, I was feeling reds that day. But then I'm going to take this gold shade and put it on top of that Nylon. At that point, I wasn't too happy with how white and opaque that Nylon was looking, so I took something with a little more of a gold undertone just so it worked with that color scheme. Then I put on some liquid liner. I was not having the best liquid liner day that day, so I did not film it. See, so tired. But then I coated my lashes with mascara. This one's the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and then I put on Red Cherry number 82 false lashes, and I also didn't film that because I want to do a video tutorial on that for you guys, and I was just not having the best eyelash filming day. So I'm just going to refresh that light part of my eye with that gold shade and on to foundation. So I'm going to take my flat top kabuki brush. This one's by Outer Beauty. I found this brand at IMATS when they came to Toronto this past couple weeks. Or not couple weeks, a couple weekends ago. And I'm taking my True Match Lumi in W4, I believe. W4, I'm pretty sure. And I also mixed a pump of my matte Pro-Longwear concealer in there just because it adds just a little more coverage. In the fall, I would rather have more coverage than less coverage. I don't know. It's just what I prefer when it's the winter time, because it will just draw more attention to the eyes and the lip that I'm going to put on later. And I put foundation over my lips because my lips are super pigmented and I hate it. Next, I'm going to take MAC's Pro-Longwear Concealer in NC25, and I'm just going to line it under my eyes. My dark circles weren't that intense that day, but I still like having more coverage than less coverage, as I say. I don't know, it's kind of like my, it's my motto. Who are we gonna blame for that? We'd rather be more covered up than less covered up, right? And then I'm going to take my favorite product in the whole entire world. It's MAC's Prep and Prime highlighter, and I'm just going to put it along, I don't know, kind of on my cheekbones, in the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose. Where else do I put it? Oh, along my Cupid's bow, and then right under where my contour is going to be. It just highlights those parts of my face. So, I don't know, this highlighter is absolutely immaculate on my skin. They have two other shades. Don't quote me on them right now, but I'm going to put their names in the down bar below. And then after, I'm going to take my tapered kabuki brush. Ooh, look, funny faces. But I'm going to take my tapered kabuki brush and just blend that out. Do not be afraid to blend it out. You don't want any super harsh lines when it comes to blending out highlighting products, because you just do not want to look choppy. You don't want any super harsh lines. You want everything to look flawless and seamless and just like you're always that highlighted. But hey, that's what makeup does. It makes your skin look flawless if you put it on properly. And nice faces, Mariah. I make the nicest faces when I blend things out. Next, I'm gonna take my Nye Banana Powder, and I'm so happy I bought this for like decent price. I found it at IMATS and I got it for 15 bucks. Oh, in Toronto they retail for like 30. But I'm just using that same brush. I kind of concentrated all of my blending to one side of that brush, and I'm taking the other side of the brush just so I can set all of the highlighting products that I use and the concealer as well, because I'm not too oily, but I would always rather have it set and mattified just so it lasts me throughout the day. Because I did go to school after, and who wants your foundation and concealer breaking up during the day? Not me. But next, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX powder in medium. This one's the tinted illuminating one. And I'm just going to run it along the outer perimeters of my face, basically in all the places where I still have either foundation or concealer that have not been set yet, because I always need to make sure that I set everything. Then I'm going to take Hoola by Benefit, my favorite bronzer that I have finally hit pan on. I've had it for forever, but I guess it gives me another reason to buy another one, right? But I'm going to contour my face. I'm just shading in the hollows of my cheekbones, running along my hairline, on my temples, and basically everywhere you can possibly contour your face. I love contouring my face. It's probably one of the things that I do on a regular basis. Like if I go for a more natural look, I will still kind of subtly contour my face, but definitely not as drastic as this is. But if you guys want a video on how to highlight and contour, let me know. Make nice little fishy faces. Then I'm going to take another brush by Bobbi Brown. This one's called the eye contour brush, but I call it the nose contour brush. And I'm just going to slightly run that along my nose. Nothing too harsh, but I just want some shadow there, just so my nose looks a little smaller. Then I'm going to take that MAC 217 brush with whatever product was left on it and run it under my lash line. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush with that burgundy shade and run it along my lash line as well, just concentrated super closely to your lash line, just being so close to your waterline. It is insane. You will see the difference in your eyes when you put eyeshadow on your lash line and smoke it out properly. Take your time with it. Don't make it sloppy or else you're going to end up looking like a colored raccoon, and that's not going to be fun. Next, I'm going to coat my lashes with a coat of that same CoverGirl Plum Crusher mascara. And I don't know, new thing for me. I used to never put anything on my lower lash line, and I'm kind of enjoying it. So that's that. Notice how I can't do any of this without the mirror being hugged to my face. Then I'm going to take Blushbaby by MAC with a synthetic angled brush. I don't really remember the name of this. It's a really old blush from MAC, but I'm absolutely in love with it. It's a really pale pink. Then I'm going to take MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle and just put that along the top parts of my cheekbones. Doesn't really show up on camera, but it literally is the most beautiful highlighting product that I've ever used. But that may be a lie because I want to try out some of Benefit's products as well. But if any of you have any recommendations for anything else, let me know. Then I'm going to take that along my nose and Cupid's bow. Then I'm going to take this Nars lip pencil in Damned, and my battery died when I was filming this, but on top of that I'm going to take Crush by the Sephora line, which is such a beautiful berry shade, and it does not budge. I have to touch it up a couple times, but that's about it. And after that, we are about done. After I make weird faces in the mirror. But yeah, if you guys like this tutorial, feel free to leave me a comment in the down bar below. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Holy tits, I just filmed my first video. I want Starbucks. Why me? Maybe I'll repeat. We'll get Starbucks. I work at Starbucks. I'm allowed to be addicted to it. Everyone else? No.